Ms. Hope. She's a rescue English setter, and I'm going to show you how to do a groom on English setter today. It's a little bit modified, but it's going to be a basic English setter groom. So we're going to take Ms. Hope back and give her a bath, and I'll show you all the tools that you need to groom Ms. Hope. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, we've got Ms. Hope in the tub. What we're going to need is a hypoallergenic shampoo for her head. And I use a whitening shampoo because she's got a lot of white in her, so a whitening shampoo and a conditioning shampoo just for her feathers and keep everything straight. And I use a brush to brush everything down as I'm doing it. And so let me get started here. Ronnie, let's start with her head. Hypo shampoo, always on their head. You can burn their eyes. So always try to avoid the eye area. Oh, sweetheart. Yeah. Let's start with the whitening shampoo. Get a little wet here. And then some conditioning shampoo. And usually I use my brush and I brush the feathers out real good. That way you've got all the knots out and stuff, so I always do that. Okay, so we've got Ms. Hope all bathed and ready to go. I'm just going to go through some of the blades that we're going to be using. A 10 blade. We're going to be using a 7 blade, which is actually a very dangerous blade. Be careful with your 7 blade. I use a 40 on the feet. Again, really careful, that 40 blade. And a 10 blade, which we'll do her sanitary with and different things. Some thinning shears, your curves, nail clippers, nail clippers, your comb, dematter, your brush. And then we have some conditioning stuff that we put just on her feathers. So this will go just on this part right here. You don't want to put it up here. So I'm going to go ahead and spray that on the bottom part of her, and I'm going to blow dry her. Ms. Hope. Okay, and once you get this done, brush her out. Use your brush and brush her out real good, because we want that real good and straight as you're drying her.
And so Cheryl, the reason you don't put the conditioner spray on her back is so the hair will stand up?
Right. We want this to stand up. All this to stand up. This we want it to flow down. And as we're cutting, we're going to cut with that grain so that that blends in. So yes. Okay. Okay. I've got her all brushed out. So I'm going to clean Hope's ears, just a general cleaning solution, just to make sure that her ears stay clean. We do this quite often, huh, Mickey?
Yeah. Ms. Hope gets groomed quite regularly.
Yes, she does. Okay, so her ears are nice and clean, and everything is brushed through. We did this this spray on her, her conditioning spray. So everything, you can brush through it. I'm going to take the blow dryer. The part here, I want it to stand up really good. And this part here, I'm going to blow dry it and brush it down because I want it to flow downwards. That's how you get that flow when they walk. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. because I'm going to do the bottoms of Hope's feet. Careful with the 40 blade, as I've said before. So you want to come right off the pad right here and take it into these little grooves. Hope's feet spread, so I'm very careful with what I take on the bottom of her feet. You don't want to see the spread in her feet. So I'm pretty much just edging her toes is basically what I'm doing, and cleaning this part out. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead round and do this with all 4 feet. Also, Miss Hope has had surgery, so she's a little stiff. So careful with that if you've got a dog that's stiff or something. All right, Hope. How we doing up there, Miss Hope?
She says, I'm fine, Nanny.
Good.
Just get this over with.
I know, huh? She don't like those legs. Those feet. All right. All right, so again, just edging her toes. What I don't get with this, I come around with my scissors and trim it out. She is a good girl, huh? Okay, one more foot. All right, pad's done. Okay. Next, we're going to cut her toenails real quick. Again, Miss Hope don't like this too much. She's okay. I do it backwards. It seems to be easier for them. And a lot of times we Dremel her nails also, just to get them back just a little bit more. One more, Miss Hope. Okay, with that being done, say thank goodness, huh, Miss Hope? With that being done, I'm gonna grab my curves and my brush. And I take and I brush all this forward right here. And that's my edge for her feet. And I come around with all the little pieces that I may have missed. Turn it forward. Again, I'm edging. When Hope stands, her feet spread, so I try not to cut too much of it out. Normally you'd pull all the hair up and cut all this out. I don't do that with Hope because when she stands, she spreads her feet and it just don't look good. So to each groom, you have to kind of accommodate to that. Let me see. Yep, right there. I see it. Okay. Here you go. Yeah, she's like, oh. Okay. It's not that bad, Miss Hope. Not that bad. Okay. Back feet. Same thing. I edge it with sort of a slant. I actually kind of slant it up just a tad. And then I trim it out. All right, Miss Hope, you want to sit? She does. She's hurting. Okay, let me see, baby. I know, Ms. Hope. This is the worst part, huh? Okay. with these feathers that I was talking about back here, I actually take them and I round them into her foot just to make the groom blend in just a little bit. So it's not much, but it's just enough to make it blend in with everything else. And it should go right into that curve that I did. Okay, basically like that. And you kind of, I look at everything from all angles. I turn around and look at it to make sure that everything falls pretty.
Now, normally you would probably start here, Cheryl,
Yes,
and go all the way back, but because this is Hope, we like her head hair,
exactly.
and so we don't take that. But that's what you would normally do.
Exactly. And Hope, as everybody knows, she gets the offset bow. So Hope, we never touch that part. Right, this is a modified version of it. But I am going to start by bringing this part forward. And the only part that I want back is the part that I'm going to cut. We don't want any of her ears. So all of her ears stay forward. Anything that's hanging right here, where you can put your hand right here, will come off this way. Okay, so seven blade. Careful with the 7 blade. I'm going to start from right here, like I said, where I put my hand, and I'm going to edge that. Now we're going to come into the front of the ear. And this part I'm actually going to take, because I don't want to take her ear, but I do want to smooth this part out right here. So just this part right here. The part that's in her ear right here, so you can actually define where her top knot is. Okay, Mama. Okay, say Mama's got all my ears. Again, I'm going to come up and take right here. Okay, and I'm going to come off of that. We're going to blend off of this, so off of the chest right here. So I'm coming off of it, all up in here, so I can set my pattern. This is going to be my pattern set from the breastbone. You can feel it right here. That's where you stop at, right here. So you come off of it right here. Okay. Now we're going to have Miss Hope stand up.
All right, Bessie.
Okay. Okay, this part of the groom. Let me get ahead. Okay. This part of the groom, we're going to come from right here where we made our line around, and I feathered it off of here, which I'm going to have to come back and tighten that up. But we're going to start from right here. We're going to come down her back. As I start going into the sides, I start angling with the hair. So whatever way her hair is growing, this part of her hair grows straight down, so that's what I'm going to do with my clippers. As you're coming out, you can see that the hair will start flowing in the opposite direction. Okay, Miss Hope. And that was why we blow dried the hair standing up. We wanted that to blend in. She just had surgery, so we're gonna go over this part right here. Blend this part in right here though. And come all the way around. You pretty much want it blended all the way around. On her tail, I take just a small amount off the ending of her tail, and I blend that out also, because I want to not band it, but I want it blended to where when I pull her tail out, you can see the flag in her tail. So I take this part and I blend that out also, right at the base of her tail. The other side always feels different. If you're right-handed, the other side is so much easier than the left side. I don't know why, but it just is. But it's basically the same thing. You definitely want their heads up, because if they drop their head, your line will not be even. Your line in the front will grade down instead of straight. Yes, it will. So you really want their head up. Just exactly the way she's standing right now is how you want your baby to stand. And it also will move the spot that you have as your guide. As Mickey's doing, she's giving me a flat surface to come off of. So that's why she's pulling the hair this way. Okay. And again, I'm just coming off of her hair. This part goes down, so I'm going down. As it starts to move this way, I move my clippers that way. She has a dip right here, so I'm lifting it just to get the dip out of it. And again, I'm coming around to that back where her tail is. So I'm doing the same thing, trying to make sure that everything is even on both sides. You can look from the back and see that your lines are straight. Part forward. You want everything blended, coming all the way back to the tail. Well, hold on.
Stand up, Missy.
All the way back to the tail area. That's when the part comes where I was talking about blending it into her tail. So I've got just a little bit more to do with that. And it's pretty blended. We've got that part done. We're going to do her sanitary next. Get some hair off of here.
That's what we doing, Nanny.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to switch from my 7-blade to my 10-blade. And always sanitary, always with a 10-blade. Nothing shorter, nothing longer. Definitely not a 7-blade. You'll cut them with that. It just has a way of grabbing your skin.
Especially if there's any knots.
Yes.
If there's any knots,
grab
it'll
their
pick up the
skin.
knots and
It'll grab their skin.
Slice their skin.
Yes. Okay. So her sanitary, when you do a sanitary on a dog, you never come straight above it, like on it. You want to come side, up a little bit this way, over the side, and then up right this way. You never want to come straight across. It's just you could really cut them bad doing that. And plus, if your blade is anywhere hot, you could burn them. So you never want to place that blade straight on there. Okay, on her sanitary right here, I take, and if she can, I mean, Hope has been through a surgery, so she's a little bit hurt here. But what I'm going to try to do is clean her up right up in her sanitary area. Nick, can you hold her little tail too? Okay, so we're going to clean this part up right here. I'm trying not to touch her feathers. I don't want to touch any of her feathers up in this area. Because, I mean, that's the part that flows on her. So I just clean this part up on Hope. And I don't come any further up. I actually modified too because she's had lots of litters of puppies. She's a rescue, so you don't want to come over the ninnies right there. You could cut one of them off. So basically I stop right there on her, and you know, as long as it's clean right there, that's all that matters. Okay, so next we brush her out and see that if there's anything that's hanging down that we want to cut and trim or whatever, or if there's anything I may have missed. Okay.
Flag her tail.
Yes, I do need to flag her tail.
It's almost over.
Yes, it is, Hope. It's almost there, huh, baby girl? Okay, so I'm brushing all this straight down so I can see what I've got here. Okay, I'm going to get my scissors, and we are going to flag her tail. Okay, so to flag a tail, I've already got my bend in it right here. So what I'm going to do is you brush everything straight out. And I do Hope's tail quite often, so I don't have a lot to do as far as flagging on it. But you want to hold it at an angle. Not that angle. Not that angle, but at an angle that's pretty much like with your elbow out in your arm. Okay, so that would pretty much be the angle that you want right here. And any stragglies that you find, you come down, and as a flag goes, you just come and you follow it in. You check both sides because the hair grows on both of the sides. Sometimes you don't get it all that first time, so you can come back over it and trim all this out. Again, making sure that everything falls like as a flag. Just stand here, girl. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to check it. Okay, I just take this part and I'll round it out just to round it into her tail to where everything flags pretty. So it pretty much does like a little dip like this. So there's her tail and it's flagged.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to comb her out. And it took us a long time to get this part to grow. It, you know, she was a rescue, so it was all shaved. So basically what I do with this is I take her leg right here and I trim it, very little actually, but I want it to fall even. So I comb it down.
It's okay.
And I just take whatever little pokies are there and I trim them. Just to make it fall right. Hopefully I don't have to turn her around. I can pretty much do it from the, I'm just going to take it from my fingers and do it
She
on the
says
inside.
her patience is wearing very thin.
Yes. Okay. And I think that's about got it.
But you know you're giving back,
And
Miss
then we're
Hope.
gonna, yes, she is.
You're giving back to the rescue.
Yes, she is, huh? She's so beautiful. You want a comb to be able to go through everything that you have. That way that you can see how pretty her hair falls. And she can actually sit now.
Miss Hope, you
So
sit?
you want to sit?
Sit.
Because we're going to put your bow in your hair. Do you want to sit, my baby?
Miss Hope, sit.
No? We've trained her very well, so she... We've trained her to do what she wants to do.
Exactly.
I'll scissor this. Okay. The next thing that we do, I've already got her bow picked out for her. She gets an offset bow. Okay, Mommy, you might want to hold her. I just want it to lay down basically right back here. So. Okay.
All right.
I think we got it, Miss Hope. You don't want to take too much because then you're going to put a gash on it, so you don't want too much on there. Okay, we're going to do this bow in her head again. I think our mama has gotten better at this part than me, actually.
I'll use the hemos. There you go.
Okay. And bring it through. Is it going to sit right?
That's
okay,
fine.
there we go. But basically, that's it. I'm just going to comb the other side of her, and Miss Hope is ready. We're going to let her walk for you in just a second. I just want you to see how her hair flows after her groom.
I think Mama gets better at
I
that
told
than
you.
Nanny. Oh my goodness.
Miss Hope, hold
no,
on.
you're not going nowhere.
Let me just make sure I got all
Cut
this
you used
crushed.
the bonnet.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everything is even.
Okay, Missy.
All right, and that is Miss Hope's groom.
Yay.
As you can see, her feathers really do, like, just flow. So
Miss Hope, you look beautiful.
she does take a beautiful groom. Yes, she does. Just checking it, making sure.
You did your sanitary, she's doing hers.
Everything is there. I'm Miss Hope.
Okay, so